You're now rocking with the best, UNG.
Radio station, radio station, radio station, radio station, radio station, radio station, radio station. UNG.
No. Oh, it's a good thing, Doc. Break that shit, boy. I ran from it for a long time, man. I'm still running from it on some level. I'm still running from it. But you got to break it at some point, man. Just tell you what, if you do that, the alternatives. You know what the alternatives is?
I don't want to be dead. None of that, bro.
You just got to learn how to get old.
That's real.
You're going to get the alternatives eventually anyway. It's inevitable. But in the meantime, enjoy the ride.
That's a fact.
That's real. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yo, you now rocking live with the one and only UNG radio station. It's a Wednesday night. We here at Judge's Table. You know what I'm saying? Doc J is in the building. You rocking with the one and only Big Homie Madman tonight. We are honored, you know what I'm saying? Truly blessed to be in the building with a West Coast legendary icon.
Yeah.
This man has been on movies, documentaries, wrote books, you know what I'm saying? Done awards. Been featured on plenty of songs, helped foundation of a lot of artists, helping artists still to this day.
Yeah.
One of the faces when it comes to the city of Los Angeles, and I'm talking about the one and only Alonzo Wim. Alonzo, what up, big dog?
Yeah, like you said, there, just trying to shine, baby.
Yo, I appreciate you coming through, man, setting it down for the folks, man.
I appreciate the invite. That's how we do it.
What up, Doc J? How you feeling tonight?
Yeah, man. So, you gotta constantly remind and remind all over again for the youngsters who don't really tap in with legends. So right here to the left of me, we talking about a club owner, we talking about a label owner, we talking about founder of a world-class record crew, we talking about got his hands in a lot of West Coast history.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? He's the godfather of West Coast hip hop. Without this cat, it's a whole bunch of shit that you cats like that wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for this man right here. So y'all gotta do your search, Google search, all that good old shit. You know what I'm saying? We got Alonzo in the building. You know what I mean? West Coast legend. Yeah, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great, Doc.
Yo, man, I want to talk to you about some things, man. You know, first of all, let's let the people know, man. How does it feel to be legendary in the game over 40 years in the game?
Well, it's amazing, man, because I never look at myself as being a legend. I just do what I do. I just roll with it. Wherever God rolled me, that's why I roll. You know, and that's why I've done so much because I don't have no boundaries on my expectations. I think I can do any damn thing.
That's right.
Okay, and with that kind of attitude, I just rolled. I look back, and I think, oh damn, I did a lot of shit today. And that's how folks perceive it. So it's all good, man. I can't complain about nothing, man.
Yo, you know, being legendary in the status that you are, you put a lot of artists out, you stamped a lot of artists, you work with a lot of artists. You basically did work damn near with everybody on the West Coast.
Everybody, pretty much everybody, man. I had a hand in a lot. I'm gonna say about 90% of the artists came out of the West Coast. Especially anybody that came out of the 80s and late 90s. I kind of backed off in the 2000s. I was doing the club thing again, but for the most part, if you came out in the 80s, like, you know, of course, Dre, Q, Quick, whatever the case may be, Easy, Afro Man, King T, Ice T, not so much Ice T, but thinking, I can't think of it. King T, Afro Man, and that's what they might get over. You forget how people do that. But y'all got the idea.
Right. Yo, that's a blessing, man. You know, right now on June 23rd, they're about to have the West Coast Universal Music, Museum Awards. Where they trying to bring the hip hop awards to the West Coast.
Okay.
All right, we all gonna be a part of it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna shoot you the invite. I don't know if you got it already or not.
Okay. What's it gonna be at?
On Wilshire at the Wilshire Evil Theater, I believe.
Okay.
All right, and it's hosted by Cli-N-Tel.
Universal Hip Hop Museum?
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking to Cli-N-Tel today. I heard about that.
Man, they tripping. They supposed to always come and holler at you about stuff like
I
that.
know I'm getting a Lifetime Achievement Award on the 24th. 4th of
Okay.
June. That's not there. That's why I asked where it was at. I'm getting another thing in September by another organization, but that's not the ones that's the same thing. I just got me and Cli-N-Tel and Curtis Blow just got awards from University Hip Hop Museum back in July of last year. We're all a part of it.
Right.
We're all on the board, and my man Rocky dropped them on this, beautiful. We did, like it was last year doing BET weekend. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride.
Yeah, man, that's dope right there, man. They need to honor more of our legendary West Coast artists, man. Let people know that West Coast do matter, you know what I'm saying? But we part of the whole hip hop culture, you know what I'm saying? We understand it started on the East, you know what I'm saying, bounced to the West and the South. I wanted to ask you about the music trend. Since you got so many years of music in your soul and stuff like that, you know, you was here when they had the 8-tracks to the records, to the CDs,
I see
from
them all.
the 70s.
Full
Yeah.
track. I had a full track in my first car, man. I had a full track recorder. People don't know about full tracks. Full track.
They ain't going.
I 8-track. I got an 8-track. I had a full track first. Full track. Little ball popped up out of the player.
Right.
And made the tape go around. The 8-track had the ball built into the cartridge. The whole
Damn.
different thing.
At that time, what was you playing in the car?
Yeah, Ohio players, war, all that kind of stuff, man. It was a whole different ride back then, man. We was all trying to be grown-ups. We were trying to be kids. We was trying to be grown-ups. So whatever grown-ups listen to, that's what we listened to. We didn't have a bunch of choices like you guys have today.
Right.
Most they got thousands of choices.
Yeah.
Back then, we had maybe two radio stations for black folks, KGFJ and KGLX wasn't even out yet. We had KGFJ and KD wasn't out yet. We had KGFJ, Doc.
Wow.
KGFJ,
what was that, in the 70s?
That was in the 70s, dude. And we had Hunter Hancock, and the same radio station would come out to Campanella Park and do tea parties
Wow.
on weekends. They'd be at Campanella Park or Gonzalez Park, and that was my inspiration to want to become a DJ.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. So you started off being a DJ?
Yeah, that's that dude. Contrary to what people believe, I've done more parties probably than anybody living in LA. I ain't bullshit, bro.
Wow.
Contrary to what people believe. You may think it's a lot of cats. There's only one other guy that been doing this longer than me. That was Roland Work. He passed year before last. But as far as doing parties, I started doing parties in 1977.
Wow.
And I started DJing in 1976.
Wow.
When I started DJing, I had no competition. None. I ain't gonna say I was the only. I ain't gonna say I was the first.
Right.
I ain't had no competition. I ain't looked around. I ain't seen nobody.
You was getting it in, Compton style.
I'm running out of Compton. I'm running from Compton to Whittier. I'm doing luau's. I'm doing Russian parties and shit. I'm doing all. What did Newmark did, man? Southern Vegas was brand new, dude. I'm telling you, it was a whole. I had the whole city, Compton, LA to myself. Torrance, everything. I was doing parties for everybody.
Wow.
And I started doing my own parties. Then I started doing Eve After Dark. I kept doing Alpine Village and Proud Bird and Proud Bird, Queen Mary, and the Biltmore Hotel. So I kept on doing outside gigs. And I always considered Eve After Dark as a dance. Now it wasn't a club per se. We gave dances every weekend.
Okay.
And we gave dances every Friday and Saturday. And during the summertime we did Sundays. So if you look at it like I look at it, I gave 2 dances a week, every week, for 6 years of Eve After Dark. Y'all do the math.
Wow.
Okay. Then I moved to Doodles. I was doing Doodles and Eve After Dark. I was doing Doodles on Fridays, Eve on Saturdays. Then I stopped doing Eve altogether. I was doing Doodles on Friday and Skateland next door on Saturdays.
Wow, you had a heavy schedule.
So I always kept a venue. Then I left Eve After Dark, started doing the Wrecking Crew thing for a while, came back to the Eve After Dark. Then I bought my own nightclub on Manchester and Manchester Eucalyptus, the current affair. It's a Lenny shoe store now.
Right.
I was there for 6 years. Left there with the Hollywood Park Casino. Stayed over there DJing for 6 years. Okay, every Friday and Saturday, I'm DJing. I'm the main DJ at the current affair, the main DJ at the Hollywood Park Casino. Then I left the casino and they shut it down. I moved back to Alonzo Segundo, and I kind of stopped DJing there. I was doing more management because I had 2 clubs.
Right.
I had downstairs and upstairs. And I would still do DJ some of the parties upstairs because we had a grown section thing upstairs. So very few DJs have DJ more events than I have.
You just kind of sort of let the building on El Segundo go.
Well, but the owner who owned, he died. In fact, today is his birthday. Jeffrey Harris. He died about a year ago now.
Wow.
And sometimes when you get to a certain age in his 90s, you kind of know it's time.
Wow. Right.
The clock is running out.
Right.
So he wanted to shut the club down. And actually, truthfully, I was tired of the club business anyway, man.
Well, everything has an expiration.
Everything has an expiration date, including my ass and yours too.
Hey,
So-
that's true. I'm gonna continue to ask God, to continue to bless me with the journey.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean, we got a lot of blessings that's still out here that we need to accomplish.
So never complain about getting old.
Okay.
No,
Well,
that's
you
the thing.
talking about what I was talking about earlier, huh?
You complain about getting old. Zero, you better go on the road.
It works sometimes. They be, what's up, OG? Get me through places I need to get through. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
That's
so he said 77. Trying to think, like, that first year, who was the main artist you was spinning?
Man, I'm spinning the Bee Gees, Donna Summers.
Okay.
I'm spinning Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Okay.
I'm spinning Slade. I'm spinning early Prince came out in '79.
Okay.
I'm spinning
Rick James.
Jackson's a damn
Jackson.
Michael wasn't even hot yet. Jackson. I'm still feeling the Jackson. Okay. So hip hop wasn't even invented yet. We still doing disco. My first name was Disco Alonzo.
Okay.
Disco Alonzo.
Disco Alonzo.
Y'all heard it right here.
That's what I came. My first hit the set. I was Disco Alonzo. Some of my old partners still call me Disco right to this day. Somebody call you know Disco? Yeah. Who? That's me. Okay. But it was just a different kind of ride, man. At about '79, that's when Sugar Hill, Curtis Blow popped up about '78.
Right.
And nobody took him serious. It was a phenomenon. It was like, oh, one-off phenomenon. That's no big deal. That's just something. That was a good song, but hip hop was like disco. It's gonna die soon. And that shit's still living.
That's right. One of the most biggest genres you
It's
can
the
name.
biggest genre
It is,
right now, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I relate hip hop to because hip hop came right behind disco. And they killed disco so fast. Disco was a bomb match. I love disco.
Yeah, people can skate on it, all that.
I was playing Bump and Chic, all that shit, right?
Right.
But they thought hip hop was going to go the same route as disco did. Because they killed disco. Disco, drum machines was coming into play, and too many people was making money off of disco and you wasn't getting the same money as producing disco as you was producing R&B, okay? And disco records were just taking over. And they kind of squashed it because the club thing was happening and R&B was always fighting and, R&B and disco was fighting. And I say a lot of times disco was like a kid that was born premature.
Okay.
And nobody thought it was going to live, okay? That little son was going to live. He made it into an incubator. And because we took it and ran with it, we made that happen. That's something that people understand. We, as black folks, created and made hip hop happen.
Right.
We made that happen.
That's right.
Okay? And it's something that I think that we have to cherish a lot more. The whole hip hop movement has to be cherished. The pop locking, the breakdance, and the graffiti writing, all that stuff right there, the MCing, all that stuff was something that we created out of being broke and frustrated. Because back in the day, you need no money to be in hip hop.
That's
All you need was a can of paint.
That's right.
Okay, or a tabletop.
That's right.
Let's get your first drum machine, tabletop.
Yep.
And I see folks nowadays kind of taking it for granted. But I look back at also musical history, and we do it all the time. Everything we create, we give it away. Somebody else ends up loving it more than us.
That's the truth.
Okay? We invented jazz. It was like nobody just real keep that thing going.
Maybe.
Blues,
Yeah.
that was our thing. R&B is our thing.
That's right.
Okay, we made these genres.
That's true.
Okay, and somebody else takes them over and we package them and give them back to us at a higher price than we never could afford in the first place.
Yeah. And they killing it right now, but with the digital game, they
Come
making
on,
everybody
man.
put their music on digital work.
That's a fact.
They take it over with that.
I got a call yesterday. One of my boys, Calvin Anderson from VIP, called me. He said he was in Vegas.
Long Beach, what's
Long
up?
Beach. See, you got to understand who Calvin Anderson is.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin is the Alonzo of Long Beach. Without Calvin, ain't no Snoop, ain't no Nate Dogg, ain't no Warren G.
Wow,
Okay? Me and Calvin been pilots since the 70s.
that's tight.
So I was doing my thing, Kelvin was doing his thing. He did his thing out of a record store. I did mine out of a nightclub.
Okay.
But again, we invested in youngsters.
Yeah, because y'all was actually putting a lot of people on. People had to get their records through you to get
Yes.
sent. And they was getting their records to him to get in the store.
That's how me and Kelvin connected. 'Cause I'm selling records to Kelvin, and Kelvin is we passing ideas back and forth. I didn't meet Snoop them till later on, but they in his back in his record store with a little makeshift studio. Jinx and Snoop and Nate Dogg and all these folks. And this is how things happen, man.
Yeah.
Somebody got to believe it. Somebody believed in me.
That's right, that's right.
If you ain't got no, you don't have no money. All you got is time and energy. And somebody got to put some money in that to make it happen. And that's where me and Calvin came in at.
Hey, well, you know, since you said that, you believed in me, okay? Me and my brother Crooked Eye, we had music and we was pushing it all through the streets. We was the kind of cats that would go rent studio time, get the songs together, then put the posters on the wall after we rent a building and let people know we about to perform in this building. All right, so one day, I can't exactly remember. Oh, Edna Sims. All right, you introduced me to Edna Sims, but Edna Sims was having an audition out in Hollywood for the ASCAP showcase, and I just happened to be out there trying to sell cassettes, and I got there too late, so I wasn't able to meet them. But somebody gave me a flyer that was saying that you was having this audition. I can't exactly remember what it was, but you was having an audition in this building. It's a brown building on Western and Imperial.
Oh, yeah. That's why I met Afro Man at.
That's where you met Afro Man
That's
at?
why I met Afro Man.
And believe it or not, I was late to Edna Sims things and I was late to your thing. But when I got there, you was like, well, what you got? And I got on stage and I performed this song called Underground Railroad. It was powerful. And you was like, yo, man, I'm gonna introduce you to Edna Sims because she got this thing jumping off with the ASCAP showcase. And you sent me out there to her. So I went out there to Edna, met her, I did the same song with her. She said the same thing. This shit is fire.
Okay.
She was like, I can't get you on, but I can get you to perform at the ASCAP showcase, and I got a friend who I want you to meet. I said, who is it? She said, Daryl James. He's the owner of the Rap Sheet magazine. So I went to Daryl. He gave me a job to promote. My first promotional job with him was to promote Nelly.
Wow.
And that got me off the streets. I got into the promotion. We was already doing the music, but I was still involved with the streets.
Okay.
But that right there officially stamped it. Boom. So he had me pushing MCA, CMW, Ice Cube, Lynch Mob. I was promoting all these albums to every club, every record store, all around. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was behind you. Just coming to you, while you introduced me to her.
Right. So, and this is something I want to say on your channel, and hopefully what I'm about to say go viral.
Uh-oh.
People always say, based on the movie Straight Outta Compton, oh, nigga, how you gonna do this? You was a hater. Lad, this is the biggest lie I've told. I could not be a hater giving everybody as many breaks as I've given them.
That's right.
Okay, now, understand, Straight Outta Compton is a movie.
Yeah, right.
It's a movie.
Right.
And movies have what they call creative license, which means they have the option to lie.
That's right.
They can tell a lie to make the movie look better.
That's
If
true.
you don't know what you're talking about, please do not ever go on my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and try to comment about me based on something you saw in a movie.
Right.
Okay? Well, I got 3 documentaries in post-production right now. My story is coming out, and like I tell anybody else, if you got a story, it's your job to tell it. It's nobody else's job to tell it, guys.
That's the truth.
If you got a story, ain't nobody's job to tell your story but you. A lot of folks got upset about Straight Outta Compton. Well, why wasn't this person? Why wasn't that person there?
Right.
Okay, well, Straight Outta Compton was already 2 hours long.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't get everything in the movie.
You can't put, what, 15 years of hip hop in a 3-hour movie
Right.
and get everybody in there?
Right.
So if you know you were part of that, you take that little part you got and you run with it.
That's right.
And that's why I wrote a book. That's why Yellow wrote a book. Cli-N-Tel wrote a book, but he wrote a book. So now you got. First of all, you're an author now. That puts you in a whole different perspective as far as the eyes of the public.
True.
And you can tell your story the best you possibly can. And as time progresses, somebody may want to give you a check for your story. That's what
I like how you said that. There's so many windows out here.
Yeah.
You was a DJ, then you're an author, then you're a poet, then you're a rapper, then you're this. So youngsters that's listening in, there's so many windows of opportunity. Find your lane and learn that chapter. Once you're done, close it, go to your next chapter.
You ain't gotta close it.
You gotta close it.
I'm DJing on the 18th. Shit, you talking? I ain't closed no book. I ain't closed nothing.
All right, what's the new chapter?
Man, the new chapter is my podcast and my television channel, the Homegrown Media Network on the Roku platform.
No.
I have a podcast on YouTube called NWA Stories with Alonzo, where a lot of the stuff I'm talking about right now, I interview my homies, I talk about some of the folks from back in the day, some of the same things we're talking about right now. And I drop some old school game. Being a grown-ass man, I can see current situations based on old situations and give you a perspective to look at that's not the typical perspective. Because certain people see certain things in a uniform understanding. No. This is right here may lead to this right here. That's why you should do this right here instead of this right here. I give my experience. I get people, how did you survive the gang? Bruh, they was gangs, they were just gripping the blood just as hard as I was.
That's
But
right.
I found a way to avoid that. Okay, so I give people experience, I give them the gift of my experience on my podcast as well. So it's not just a bunch of old dudes talking, it's about to drop some knowledge on folks. Because one thing I noticed the youngsters of today is missing when it comes to hip hop and the realness of life itself is knowledge.
Right.
Because some shit you just can't do. Don't let these phones get you a penitentiary sentence.
That's
Don't
true.
let these phones get you caught up
That's
like
true.
so many folks are getting done.
Right.
Because you think the feds ain't got cell phones, they got iPhones. They ain't got
That's a
iPhones.
fact.
Stop posting everything.
All the damn followers you got, you don't think one of them might be the feds.
Ain't that the truth? Hip hop police are that.
Okay, you don't think none of your homies might be working with the feds. The feds pay too.
Them the main one.
They know who to put on your team. They ain't gotta have a cell phone. They can put somebody with a cell phone on your team, and they'll find out everything you're doing. And especially if you're stupid enough to tell somebody you did something, do something, then tell the world you did it. And then, you got fools robbing banks. Yeah, nigga.
And now they
Somebody snitched on me.
serious about using hip hop lyrics in your court case.
Yeah.
And they getting everybody with that. They going to YouTube links and everything, find everything you said.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And here's where I come in at. Okay? You got podcasters, a lot of young podcasters. Well, man, I think it's been discriminatory because no. Fool did it and he told the world he did it, but you mad because the white boys got the job to arrest him.
Wow.
Come on, man. I ain't Charleston White, but come on, man. Come on, you can't be stupid and blame somebody else because you stupid.
All right. Hip hop dumbest criminals.
You got the hip hop dumbest criminals. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You out here doing dirt,
Yeah.
and you know your education and your record sales don't justify this. What you doing? You trying to do a whole lot and carry I'm selling records. But you selling that many records, man.
Yeah.
You ain't getting that. All you gotta do is go to your YouTube account or your Spotify account and see what you're getting on a monthly basis.
Right.
But you living way past that.
Yeah.
And then you talking all this head about what you used to do. I'm moving weight, I'm doing blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, the folks at your house with paperwork, and you gotta go for a ride. 40-year ride, 50-year ride.
Football numbers.
Football numbers, basketball scores.
Yeah.
Next time you pull out your birthday calendar, it's gonna be 3 digits on your cake.
That's deep, man. You know what I'm saying? We need our community to start paying attention. Learn the business side of the game besides just the rapping and singing, y'all. So that way, like you said, your mind can be straight. You'll know what to do when you get ready to step through those doors, because that's a major fact in life. People making mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Since I said that, all right, you come from the OG era, right?
Yeah.
When they had 100-page contracts to 50-page
50-page
contracts.
contracts.
You've been through the Ruthless Records, you've seen Solar, the Universals, all that. So now, since people really not getting these major deals like that now, it's an internet world or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You seem to adjust.
You know what? I was talking to my boy the other day, Christy Glove. And Christy Glove just turned 60 years old. And so many of my hip hop buddies in their late 50s and 60s don't do music no more.
Okay.
I'm like, why? Oh man, this youngsters came. Fool, your clientele got old too.
That's right.
Okay, we talked about this. Fool, your clientele, the people that you rock with back in the 80s, they got old too.
That's
They ain't on the same bullshit they was
That's
in the
right.
80s.
That's right.
They wasn't turning them 40s and and knocking down, whatever the case may be. You trying to have a race, how many girls you knocked out. You lucky to get 2 or 3 a month. Okay,
Yeah.
you good.
Yeah.
Okay? So
What
grow
it
with your clientele. And I got to say this, man, because he played a track for me. It was a memorable track about Death Row. I can't get into it too deep because it's not out yet.
I got you.
But it just made me appreciate the fact that an older brother got enough sense to do something that wasn't dissing, it was just reminiscent.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't glorifying, it just was putting it back on the map. And I think we're doing hip hop an injustice by, especially some of the older cats that are not making new music that can appeal to the clientele. These folks ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You got just as many fans that like a 50-year-old Snoop, a 51-year-old Snoop, as they did the 21-year-old Snoop. But the 50-year-old Snoop can't talk about the same shit he did in the 80s.
Right.
All right.
You got grandkids, you got so many businesses,
Okay.
different mind state.
Q did a song a couple of years ago called the New Funkadelic.
Okay.
It was a badass track.
I like it.
I love the track.
Yeah.
But he was talking about booty meat, shaking like booty. No, I don't shake like booty meat no more. I wish I could put it to the side. He had all the elements. He had the bass line, the horns, everything. But the lyrics was not adult friendly. You could have said something else. Shake your ass like booty meat. Man, at 50 years old, it ain't shaking like booty meat. It's just barely. It's just glad to get up. Okay? You could flip that up and do something else. It might have been a better record because I still love funk, man.
Yeah.
When I can find it.
Now that you brought that up, didn't you play instruments?
No, I play instruments.
You never play instruments?
I can't. All I play is records.
Okay, I play his records.
I play is
I'm
records.
thinking about that cover on the World Class Record Crew.
Oh, that I used to hold that a lot. That was the seed.
I'm glad you said that. That's a good segue. Like a couple of years ago, I was showing some younger cats the World Class Record Crew cover, right? What I was trying to explain to them is like they was tripping out how y'all were dressed, right?
I wish you looked.
I
I was so tired of these little folks.
what tripped me out though, what I feel like they don't understand? Like when hip hop was first getting its legs, you had like Houdini and you had like Furious Five, and they were dressing kind of like the R&B, the pop funk acts. So it was kind of like this entertainment, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Well, first of all, you got cats, pants so tight, niggas gonna have yeast infections, okay?
That's
Niggas
real.
nuts itching like a son of a
That's
because your nuts is itching,
That's
okay?
real.
So, back in the day, when World Class Record Crew first came out, we didn't have, like I said, like you just said, we didn't have a lot of people to look at.
Yeah.
We was the
Yeah.
first ones on the West
First
Coast
one.
to do it as a group.
Yeah.
I got
You
you.
had Egyptian Lover right around the same time,
Yeah.
Cali T, but we was the first group. And we looking at East Coast groups, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Yeah.
They got on feathers,
Man.
moccasins,
Yeah.
and all kinds of face mac. I said, I ain't wearing no feathers, I ain't wearing no moccasins.
Right.
And that time, just like right now, dreads is the hot hairstyle.
Yeah.
So was the Jerry curl.
Thanks.
Okay, we
right.
keeping it 100, baby.
That's true. That's true.
And Jerry curl was a hot hairstyle. Now, as World Class Record Crew, just like as Lonzo, Disco Lonzo, when I looked around, wasn't no DJs back at World Class Record Crew, wasn't no hip hop acts on the shows with us.
Right.
Right.
We'd be the only ones.
Right.
We can't go out there wearing tennis shoes and jeans, grabbing our nuts.
Yeah.
Run DMC came to Even
And
the Dark, and then they blew up after us.
Yeah.
Okay? They blew up after we got famous. We got famous first.
That's right.
On our R&B lovers and lovers and surgery and juice.
Yeah.
The dance and romance thing. We were opening up for the Mary Jane Girls, Barcade,
Wow.
More Standard Time,
Yeah.
Zap. These are the people we rocking with.
Yeah.
Okay, the boys.
Bootsy Collins.
Now we didn't get the Bootsy.
Y'all used Bootsy?
We was rocking with Midnight Star, mostly the R&B groups, SOS band, stuff like that.
All right.
Those were the hot bands of the 80s. And most of us were on either on an affiliate of Columbia or Sony or something like that. So they were all packaged together. So these cats Look at Midnight Star.
Right.
Look at Atlantic Star.
Right.
Look at Slave. Everybody had a Jerry curl back then.
Yeah.
Like everybody got dreads today.
Right.
Now, here we are in 2022. They counted us for Jerry curls, and a lot of these people's bodies look like an overpass in East LA.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy that you brought that
Niggas is
up.
graffitied up
Yeah.
from head to toe.
Yeah.
Now, my Jerry curl is gone. It's long gone, okay? Long gone. So that permanent hairstyle is not a temporary hairstyle. It's not a permanent part of my life.
Right. Hey, look, I want to talk to you about something that, since you brought that up, all right. In this game, we've been around so many years. We done got a lot of family and friends that's a part of music that have passed away.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed that you have went public about did you have colon cancer?
Prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer?
Yeah.
All right, you care to speak about it?
Yeah, I have no problem with that, man. You know, as being the godfather of West Coast hip hop and a triple OG in the game, it's some things that some of us will experience.
Right.
Unfortunately, prostate cancer runs rapid in the black community amongst young black men. And when I got it, I had it about 13 years ago now. But I realized there's a level of ignorance when it comes to prostate cancer, man, that it's oh my God, you can't be that stupid. Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, one dude told me, because when I first found out I had it, let me tell you, how much time we got?
About 15 more minutes.
Okay, tell you this quick story. When I first thought I had prostate cancer, they tell you you're gonna go through all these different stages: denial, depression, everything. And at some point in time, you come around to acceptance. Well, I'm riding down the street, leaving the club on El Segundo and Avalon, pass by this bus stop. It's a bus stop on San Pedro. Bunch of cats over there, all they do is drink, smoke, don't do nothing all day long. And I talked to God. I said, God, how come I got to have this shit and not one of the niggas over there?
Damn.
Okay, I'm selfish as hell.
Yeah. No.
And I went to my pad, I'm sitting down, I'm feeling sorry for myself. And God said, fool, if they had it, wouldn't nobody listen. So from that point on, I became an advocate for prostate cancer.
I got what you're saying.
My doctor told me, we caught it early, you're gonna be all right.
Right.
Don't trip. In a year's time, this is gonna be like a bad dream. But in the meantime, I started talking about prostate cancer to different brothers. Every time I got a microphone or on stage, I would talk about prostate cancer. And one dude, true story, dude jammed me up, Alonzo, nigga, I didn't know you was like that. Like what? You let a nigga put his finger in your ass?
Damn.
I said, yeah, man, with the doctor. Man, I was on the yard for God knows how long, man, and I ain't never been nobody put no finger in me. I didn't know you was like that. Nigga, are you serious?
Yeah.
When he said that to me, that's when I realized somebody got to educate these brothers on prostate cancer.
Right.
Then I got posted aside by another brother. Said, man, that was some bold shit you did, man. Man, I've been dealing with prostate cancer for the past 2 years. I had the radiation, and I'm all fucked up. Prostate cancer gone, and I'm fucked up behind the radiation. Damn. So I'm realizing the brothers are having issues, and as a triple OG, I know y'all gonna have to. Some of y'all might have to deal with this shit. So it's my job as a real dude to put some, hey man, go get the doctor, go get checked. And the beautiful thing about it now, the fingers is kind of optional now. They got other ways of checking your glycemic score and your PSA. Well, this is what I got to do. I got to talk to the females.
Oh, wow.
If you got a man that you care about, because ladies, y'all know how much shit you got to go through for your pap smears and your breast exams. That finger ain't nothing compared to what women got to go through. So I tell a woman, if you got a man in your life that you love, that you give a damn about, you make sure he goes to the doctor and get checked. Because ain't nothing worse than something like that. And you waited too damn long. Could have fixed it, but you waited too damn long.
Right. You know, black folks don't want to go to the hospital.
Man, I got a couple partners, man. They done with sex, man.
Damn.
It's over with.
Damn.
And no, I ain't one of them.
That's a fair.
I ain't one of them. I still get my groove on.
Hey,
Sure.
that's
Okay?
fair.
But I got partners that waited too late, man. And they couldn't save the Johnson.
Where does it mainly come from? Straining what?
Nah, man, prostate cancer comes from what we eat.
Yeah, a lot of what we eat,
They
clogged up
gave
grease
us-
and stuff like that.
They gave me a chart and it showed me that the countries that what they call third world countries,
Uh-huh.
like Africa
Right.
and Belize. Ain't no prostate cancer down there because they eat fresh shit.
Right.
Okay? But the so-called first world countries, Germany, England, America, that shit's running rampant, man. 'Cause
Right.
They got so many preservatives and so many additives in our food that for whatever reason it don't work. The prostate don't, because the prostate is all a part of the urinary tract, and it don't flow good. It don't work well, and the prostate don't work with it. And it goes for black men and white men, but for some reason, black men don't get checked as much. Usually, when black men get checked, in a lot of cases, it's too late. You were stage 4, and you on your way out. I know a lot of cats, man, that just do.
You know what? Since you said that, right now in this day and time, it might be benefiting us because a lot of people say, I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian, they don't eat meat or they only eat greens, you know what I mean? And we doing this a little bit stronger than we was 10 years ago.
Yeah, but it's still, one of the main problems we got right now is my homies made me a damn prostate cancer guru for the hood. Okay, me and my boy got to go to the doctor. He's scared. Blah blah. I talked to a whole lot of cats, and what I find out is, man, what I come to realize is, younger guys are getting prostate cancer because they started eating that McDonald's shit, or that prostate shit a lot earlier.
Right.
See, I didn't start eating McDonald's till I got older. I didn't start eating till I got like 15, 16.
Right. So
Mama would make me a mama burger.
That's right.
Okay?
Right.
But because so many folks been eating all their life, they got all the preservatives and all that stuff in your system, it starts activating prostate cancer a lot earlier in your system. I've had guys as early as 33, 34. Hey man, I got prostate issues. What?
Yeah.
And they'll tell you it's predominantly from what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about all the hip hop cats that have just died, man, in their 30s and 40s before they even had a chance to enjoy their lives.
Yeah.
From heart attacks and whatever. And that's why me and my boys, we walk every day.
That's right. Stay healthy.
Get you a walk, man. Do you take a walk? We ain't gotta run.
Yeah.
We all got bad basketball knees. Get up and walk, man. I walk 3 miles a day, man.
Really? Take care of yourself, y'all. Drink some water. Get the applesauce.
And put the Hennessy down.
Yeah, slow down.
Put the Hennessy down. Get some of this right here, man. Anytime somebody offer you water, I take it.
That's right.
Anytime. I don't care why.
Slow down. If you can't stop, it's hard. I understand it's hard to stop. Slow down.
Like my daddy always say, it's 2 things you'll never do. You'll never make all the money, and you'll never screw all the women. Get you some money, get you a girl, and go sit your black ass.
That's real. That's right. Hey, now, I appreciate you dropping them jewels, man. Before we get out of here, man, I want you to bless everybody, man, with your platform so everybody can know to keep going with you, man.
You can find me at my YouTube channel, NWA Stories with Alonzo. I have another one I do with Dr. Dre from ULTV Raps called Legendary Connects. We do that on Thursdays. And I have one that may pop up any given moment called the Compton Chronicles. I may interview anybody from the Compton Chronicles. All these shows are they're streamed on all my platforms, but they have different co-hosts. And like one on Tuesday is me and my boy Dusty, who has Dusty Vision. Me and Dre, of course, East Coast, West Coast, the East Coast, West Coast versions of different things in hip hop. And the Compton Chronicles, that's something I like interviewing special people from the community.
I got you.
So also, you can find me on my email is realalonzo.nwa if you want to hit me up on something.
Well, I want to say congratulations. I see you, Cli-N-Tel, and Michel'le. Y'all was just in Arizona. Y'all got an award. Y'all was honored.
Look, man, take this right here. This is how God works. Right before the pandemic first came up, I got a call from unknown DJ. Unknown says, Yellow want to holler at you. For what? Give my number, give me a call.
Right.
He think you mad at him. For what? I ain't mad at Yellow. I ain't mad at nobody. Hey, Alonzo. So Yellow came out the studio. He said, man, I had this dream. I talked to it's a true story.
Okay.
I had a dream. I talked to my pastor. And my pastor said, you need to go back and get Alonzo. And me and this pastor have been friends before Yellow joined the church. I've been on this pastor that long. Yeah. And so Yellow did porno, and he did porno. He did porno out of my studio. Okay, that's how far back we go. And he had some rough financial times for a minute, and he changed his life. He's a born again Christian now.
Wow.
Okay? Straight up, don't do. He never did drink and smoke nothing like that, but he's just a whole different dude, but he still stayed yellow. He's just a different version of old school yellow.
Right.
And he said, God told me, my pastor told me, get back with, get with you again. I'm like, cool, let's do something. So we decided we're going to do World Class Record Crew featuring DJ Yellow and NWA.
Wow.
Well, pandemic messed everything up. So I had the idea, I said, man, Cli-N-Tel got a book, you got a book, I got a book. Let's at least go out and do some book signings. And so far the world has loving it. Because now you got some true pioneers and you got a member of NWA.
What's the name of the book?
My book is called NWA, Not Without Alonzo.
Okay, I saw that.
I like that.
I like that. The other book is called Straight Outta Compton. I think it's My Story, a Yellow Story. And Cli-N-Tel's book is Renaissance Man. Okay, got Cli-N-Tel. He's right now he's in the PhD program to get his doctorate degree. So Record Crew, World Class Record Crew, we got all gamuts of industry folks. We got Cli-N-Tel, the Brainiac Doctor. You got DJ Yella, Born Again Christian. You got Alonzo, the Godfather of all this madness. And we got the proof that the Record Crew was the baddest boys in the West Coast. My boy Dr. Dre, and I got to say the Super Bowl. Anyway,
that's right. Represent. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we do it. So yeah, Doc, we got together and we started booking ourselves as the trio, man. And we got an agent also to go out and do some shows. And we just waiting for the phone to ring on that. Meanwhile, we're doing book signings and people love us. We've been booked almost every weekend, at least 3 times a month, doing book signings and people come out. And again, this is why I was so happy to see what Krista Glove is doing, because what happens is I'm realizing that our clientele that we affected back in the 80s are now in their 50s and mid to late 40s and 50s, and they loved us. They loved us then. They love us more now. Because now that we're accessible, we weren't accessible back then.
That's right.
We were up here. They thought we was up here and they was down here. Nah, man, we all been the same. It's just now, I ain't got a Jerry curl. You can stand me now.
Yeah, it's all good. That's why I respect you and I appreciate you coming through here, stamping it, giving us the torch.
What's up, baby?
You know what I'm saying? You gave us the torch, OG. UNG Radio Station, we got you, man. We're going to continue the legacy. We're going to keep doing what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check us out on YouTube. Hit like, subscribe, man. Y'all comment, let y'all know what y'all think about what Alonzo was talking about. Go support him on his podcast shows. Everything that we're doing right here was strictly positive vibes only. Keep the negative energy away from us. Take the knowledge on the health. Keep yourself together, y'all. Look out for the new books that Alonzo got. It's dropping knowledge for some of you young cats in Compton, you know what I'm saying, that didn't know that he put a lot of work in to help you out to get through the doors and able to do some of the things you're doing right now. It helped UNG Radio out, you know what I'm saying, it helped the Shoe Gang out, King Crooked, you know what I'm saying, we working tough over here, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters that got love for us, that seen us putting in that work back in the day. We still doing it right now to this day. Alonzo, man, it's been a beautiful blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ever need to come to the station, you want to sit down and talk about any project that you got, you're more than welcome. Hit me and let's